This is WRCA and WRCA-FM, New York.
Transcribe.
Your Chevrolet dealer, whose Motoramic Chevrolet for 1955 is stealing the thunder from the high-priced cars, brings you twice each week from Hollywood, The Dinah Shore Show. And here she is, Miss Dinah Shore.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you'll really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you'll really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Thank you. Hi. Greetings from the Chevrolet dealers all over America. Gee, isn't everything beautifully exciting now? All decked out for Christmas. Everywhere you look, the streets, the houses, the people, too, are all glowing with bright, happy holiday spirit. It's great, isn't it, Frank?
It's wonderful, Dinah. But you know, there's just one decoration missing out here. Good old-fashioned snow. This plastic stuff in cans, well, it's just not the same somehow.
Well, even though the snow may be artificial out here in Hollywood, the sentiment isn't at all. And the sentiment here in our next tune is very sincere, too. It's a beautiful song that was written by Rodgers and Hammerstein, a song that comes very close to expressing the hope and the heart of Christmas. It's called Happy Christmas, Little Friend. The soft morning light of a pale winter sun is tracing the trees on the snow. Leap up, little friend, and fly down the stairs, for Christmas is waiting below. There's a tree in the room running over with stars that twinkle and sing to your eyes. And under the tree there are presents that say, unwrap me and get a surprise. Happy Christmas, little friend. May your heart be laughing all day. May your joy be a dream you'll remember as the years roll along on their way. As the years roll along on their way, you'll be showing your own kid a tree. Then, at last, my friend, you'll know how happy a Christmas can be. How happy a Christmas can be. Then at last, my friend, you'll know how happy a Christmas can be. How happy a Christmas if I'm not mistaken, I think our good friend Art Baker is getting ready to blow up a storm. Listen.
Stealing the thunder. Stealing the thunder. Stealing the thunder. Yes, Chevrolet for 55, the Motoramic Chevrolet, is stealing the thunder from the high-priced cars. Stealing the thunder in styling. The Motoramic Chevrolet is lower, wider, and longer looking. Stealing the thunder in performance. With a choice of 3 great all-new valve-in-head engines, the 162-horsepower Turbo-Fire V8 and 2 high-stepping Blue Flame 6s. Stealing the thunder in every way, with such daring innovations as new Glide Ride front suspension, new outrigger rear springs, new anti-dive braking control, and many other outstanding firsts in its field. This week, see the Motoramic Chevrolet for 55, the car that's stealing the thunder from the high-priced cars.
Say, Dinah, did you know that a lot of the customs that we associate with Christmas, such as decorating with wreaths of holly, exchanging gifts, burning a Yule log, hanging sprigs of mistletoe, and even trimming an evergreen tree were going on centuries before the first Christmas? And at that time, they were all part of a midwinter festivity celebrating the emergence of the sun after the shortest day of the year? And since the two events come so close together, that these ancient customs were simply incorporated into the Christmas celebration?
Yes.
Oh. Well, in that case, I won't say anything about it.
Okay. It's time now for another song anyway, Frank. So why don't you and the boys put on your hiking shoes and come along, because I'm ready to go walking down the road.
We're right with you, Dinah, all the way.
I had a guy who loved me. He swore till Judgment Day. But soon's I lost my money, he up and flew away. I tried my best to hold him, but knew it was no use. Along comes May with a Chevrolet, and it sure then cooked my goose. Here I go walking down the road. Here I go walking down the road. Here I go walking down the road all alone. Here I go walking down the road. Here I go walking down the road. Here I go walking down the road all alone. All alone. If I had had a needle and I had used my head, I'd have sewed that guy beside me with a big long piece of thread. I'd have built a wall of cement around him thick and tall, and I never would have let him out and no one in at all. Here I go walking down the road. Here I go walking down the road. Here I go walking down the road all alone. Here I go walking down the road. Here I go walking down the road. Here I go walking down the road all alone. I'm walking down the road all alone. Here I go walking down the road. Walking down the road. Thank you very much. Hey, Frank, did you get your Christmas tree yet?
No, I didn't, Dinah. As usual, I can't decide which of the two kinds to get.
You mean natural or painted?
No, too tall or too short. With me, it's always one or the other.
Well, this year, why don't you compromise and get one that's too wide?
Well, that's a thought. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter much anyway. After all, the kind of tree you have is just a matter of taste, don't you think?
Well, it certainly was back in the days when Christmas trees were trimmed with candy canes and cookies and strings of popcorn and cranberries.
Yeah. Gee, I remember my grandparents always did that. Those old-time trees were sure a lot of hard work to set up.
True, but they sure went down easy.
You know, my grandfather was a real stickler for all the old traditions, Dinah. Christmas just wasn't Christmas without a Yule log, for instance. I think he was a little eccentric about it.
Why? Burning an old Yule log is a lot of fun, Frank.
Yeah, but even the time that he spent Christmas in town in a small apartment, he had his Yule log just the same.
What's wrong with that?
No fireplace.
Frank, you ought to be ashamed making up a story like that about your grandfather.
You're right, Dinah. He was wonderful. And I remember what a great kick he used to get out of watching all us children hang up our stockings on the mantel.
Oh, I love to watch that myself. It's pretty amazing how such little children suddenly develop such big feet, isn't it?
Remarkable. But I sure wouldn't have it any other way.
Gee, no. You know something? Of all Christmas decorations, that row of childish little noses pressed against a toy store window and the look of wonder that goes with them is my favorite. Speaking of favorites, we have a tune here that's apparently still one of the nation's favorites, to wit... Did you say I've got a lot to learn? Well, don't think I'm trying not to learn, since this is the perfect spot to learn. Teach me tonight, starting with the ABC of it, right down to the XYZ of it. Help me solve the mystery of it. Teach me tonight. The sky's a blackboard high above you. If a shooting star goes by, I'll use that star to write I love you 1,000 times across the sky. One thing isn't very clear, my love. Should the teacher stand so near, my love? Graduation's almost here, my love. Teach me Thank you very much. Well, as usual, we've saved our most decorative ditty of all for last. But before we put it on display, here's Art Baker with some attractive reminders for all of us.
To get a used car that you can really believe in, look for OK used cars at Chevrolet dealers. Every car bearing the red OK tag is carefully inspected, thoroughly reconditioned, warranted in writing by the dealer. OK used cars, sold only by Chevrolet dealers. Dinah will be back on this station Friday evening, same time. You can enjoy Dinah on television, too, presented Tuesday and Thursday evening over NBC TV by your Chevrolet dealer. Be sure to see the wide selection of beautiful Motoramic Chevrolets available now at your Chevrolet dealers. Now, here's Dinah again, musically inviting you all to join with her and...
See the USA in your Chevrolet. America's asking you to call. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all. Not everybody, see you Friday.
From Hollywood, you've just heard The Dinah Shore Show, produced, directed, and transcribed by Dick Mack, written by Bob Mitchell, with music arranged and conducted by Frank Duvall.